Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An officer in the Air Force. An officer in command of a military unit. A commissioned naval officer who ranks above a lieutenant commander and below a captain. Someone in an official position of authority who can command or control others. An officer in the Air Force. An officer in command of a military unit. An officer in command of a military unit. Someone who serves in the armed forces, a member of a military force. Soldiers collectively. Someone who serves in the armed forces, a member of a military force. Someone who serves in the armed forces, a member of a military force. An adult person who is male, as opposed to a woman. A manservant who acts as a personal attendant to his employer. Jeeves was Bertie Wooster's man. One of the British Isles in the Irish Sea. Any living or extinct member of the family Hominidae characterized by superior intelligence, articulate speech, and erect carriage. All of the living human inhabitants of the earth. She always used humankind, because mankind seemed to slight the women. Game equipment consisting of an object used in playing certain board games. A male person who plays a significant role, husband or lover or boyfriend, in the life of a particular woman. She takes good care of her man. A male subordinate. He awaited word from his man in Havana. An adult male person who has a manly character, virile and courageous, competent. The army will make a man of you. Provide with workers. We cannot man all the desks. Take charge of a certain job. Occupy a certain workplace. Mr. Smith manned the reception desk in the morning. The generic use of the word to refer to any human being. It was every man for himself. Someone who serves in the armed forces, a member of a military force. Any person in the armed services who holds a position of authority or command. An officer is responsible for the lives of his men. Someone who is appointed or elected to an office and who holds a position of trust. He is an officer of the court. A person authorized to serve in a position of authority on a vessel. He is the officer in charge of the ship's engines. A member of a police force. It was an accident, officer. Direct or command as an officer. Any person in the armed services who holds a position of authority or command. A commissioned officer in the Navy. A featured article of merchandise sold at a loss in order to draw customers. A person who rules or guides or inspires others. The officer who holds the supreme command. In the U.S., the President is the Commander-in-Chief. RAF rank. One who is next below a group captain. The officer who holds the supreme command. Commanding officer of ACE. NATO's senior military commander in Europe. Commanding officer of ACLANT. A general of the United States Army nominated by the President of the United States and approved by the North Atlantic Council. Commanding officer of ACLANT. A general of the United States Army nominated by the President of the United States and approved by the North Atlantic Council. Commanding officer of ACE. NATO's senior military commander in Europe. The officer who holds the supreme command. The military forces of a nation. The military forces of a nation. The military forces of a nation. Their military is the largest in the region. Associated with or performed by members of the armed services as contrasted with civilians. Military police. Characteristic of or associated with soldiers or the military. Military uniforms. Of or relating to the study of the principles of warfare. Military law. The military forces of a nation. The military machine is the same one we faced in 1991, but now it is weaker. The military forces of a nation.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.